Timeout and 4th down upcoming.
And yesterday, a game of 3 halves. San Francisco at Green Bay. First play of the game, Antonio Freeman from Brett Favre, who looks right, throws left. Freeman goes 80 yards for the touchdown. 7-0, Green Bay in the lead. Soon after that, Reggie Roby can't handle the snap from center. It goes through the end zone for a safety. 9-0, Green Bay in the lead. Soon after that, Steve Young throwing the ball up for grabs. Pat Terrell with the interception for Green Bay. Cue Brett Favre, who drops back and finds Robert Brooks. 30 yards for the touchdown, 16-0, and we're just less than 10 minutes into the game. But San Francisco came back. Young looked for Jerry Rice. Knee went down about 3 yards before the end zone, but that was their 80th touchdown as a team. Then Young on the keeper. And then Garrison Hurst bursting through. There were a couple of missed extra points for the 49ers, and it left the game tied at 19. A couple of field goals tied it at 22. Leroy Butler sacking Young and the fumble, setting up Green Bay now. Favre had thrown a couple interceptions of his own, but not this time. Antonio Freeman again burning the San Francisco secondary. Their safeties just weren't getting over to help out. And then Young sacked again. He was sacked 9 times on the night. Keith McKenzie with a sack. Santana Dotson with the recovery. 11 yards out. Next play, Travis Jervey cuts back and gets his first NFL touchdown. And Steve Young is now 0-8 against Green Bay. But J.J. Stokes dropped a perfect pass from Young that would have made it 29-19 for San Francisco in that game. They could have won.
The Cowboys will at least line up to go for it. They work on James Darling. He's out, replaced by Mike Cole.
And quite a lot of hanging space.
And the New England Patriots were looking to regain their winning ways against Indianapolis, and Ben Coates and Drew Bledsoe were regaining theirs. Henry Ellard, 3 practices with New England coming out of retirement. He caught 4 passes in this game. Bledsoe again to Ben Coates. Coates seems to have recovered from that ankle injury. That gains 15. Coates had 10 catches for 109 yards all told. And Bledsoe hits rookie Tony Simmons 63 yards for a touchdown that gives him a 21-10 lead. Peyton Manning brought them back to 21-16, but Lawyer Malloy had his second interception of Peyton Manning in the last minute. That's how it finished, 21-16. As we said, 10 catches for Ben Coates. Marshall Faulk, 9 catches for 119 yards, but nothing on the ground for Marshall.
And more highlights still to come during the course of the game for you. Just quickly at this stage, we had an email from Vesco and Southwest.
And Tennessee was at Pittsburgh. Guess what? Steve Conley, cut in preseason, was starting at right outside linebacker for the Steelers. Guess which way Eddie George ran the whole game. He got 10 on that run. He gets 16 running right at Conley at that depleted right side of Pittsburgh's defense. And with George running so well, it meant Steve Air McNair had a lot more time to throw. He hits his tight end, Frank Wycheck. Wycheck takes it for 23 yards. Wycheck had a good game all around. And then Eddie George on the bounce there, bouncing off the middle, heads for the left side, 37 yards for the touchdown. That made it 27-7. Tennessee in the lead. Cordell Stewart had a rough afternoon. He was intercepted 3 times. This interception by Lonnie Martz, 27 yards for a TD, 41-15. Even Al Del Greco showed up for the Oilers. The key stat for Pittsburgh was that Jerome Bettis, 11 carries for 26 yards. They miss Will Walford on that offensive line.
Okay, there you go. Just quickly, we're having faxes come in. Zed Enibra, a Seahawks and Vikings fan, he says, I hope the Cowboys lose like the dogs they are. That's warm of you, Zed. Very warm indeed. Lovely, there you go.
And I have been reminded that before the season started, I picked Tampa Bay to be in the Super Bowl. That's still not a bad pick, guys. And you see the effect Dion has on a game. In this game, Jacksonville travels to Baltimore. Mark Brunell to Jimmy Smith. 7 minutes into the game, 7-0 Jacksonville, with the scores tied at 7. The longest touchdown in Jacksonville history. Pass to Fred Taylor. Taylor showing no ill effects of the shoulder injury. 78 yards from Brunell, 14-7. and Taylor ends up limping after that long run. Alvis Whitted blocking Kyle Richardson's punt. 2 touchdowns later, that makes it 35-7. Jacksonville in the lead. Jim Harbaugh at quarterback for Baltimore through this game hits Eric Green. Green trying to get a few more extra yards, coughs the ball up. Donovan Darius, the rookie from Syracuse, picks it up, goes 83 yards for the touchdown. That makes it 42-7. We're still in the second quarter, and basically that was all she wrote. 45-19. Harbaugh 3 touchdowns, but all that in garbage time. And Jacksonville looking
Very own soil over the weekend there.